Hey, yo, it's Hip Hop DJ DjDternal 88. What's going on, y'all? So, it's a lot going on with Math Hoffa and my expert opinion. First off, Math Hoffa is going live on YouTube and Instagram. And for whatever reason, I think he needs a new phone or he needs new something because everything is lagging for him. It don't matter if he's on Instagram Live, YouTube Live. It don't matter what's going on. The only thing that ain't lagging is his BG interview. And that's called my expert opinion. I don't really understand that because that's nothing like my expert opinion. You at least have to bring that kind of energy a little bit to call it my expert opinion. And I'm not hating on Math. I'm just keeping it real because I love my expert opinion. It's a great show. But he's beefing with every one of the guys now. I think everyone except Gat and maybe Mecca. Even him, if you watch his lives, it seems like you don't really sending like subliminals, sort of. I'm not, it is what it is. But this Joe Budden situation is funny as hell. Joe Budden calls him a former podcaster. And Math Hoffa's like, oh, is there any lines you don't cross? Then Joe's like, well, you have my ops up there. Then you get your lights cut off. You asking questions to my ops that I didn't really love that much. Then you get your lights cut off. And you're talking in the dark. You thought I wasn't going to say that? Check this out, y'all. Hit that like and subscribe. Let's get it.
Got one of my former favorite podcast hosts on the phone, Math Hoffa.
Why you said former?
The streets is saying that it's over. It's no more my expert opinion, and that was one of my favorite shows.
Is there any type of lines that you don't cross in this media space?
Me or in general?
You.
Hell no.
Yes. Yes. Of course. I don't play certain types of ways with the niggas I love and fuck with and appreciate and have reciprocity with. I don't play games with niggas like that. I don't do that. I'm against that. It's against everything I stand for. It's against my character. It's not in my wheelhouse. It's not in my moral compass. But then there's niggas like you, who I love, but have gotten froggy in the past few years in terms of, just having over people that smelled oppy to me, asking them questions that I didn't love all the way. You remember all those times I text you and said, I see you?
Smelled oppy? Who are you talking about?
It don't matter. But remember all those times when you was doing your pod with niggas I hate, and I would hit you to say, hey, no harm, no foul? Do you remember that?
If the nigga been on your show before, you don't hate him. Stop it. Stop it.
Well, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
I can take a guess.
You might guess wrong.
Okay,
I'm just saying, once people I love show me that they are down to play a certain way, I go to Chuck E. Cheese. I love playing. Playing is my favorite thing to do. You can't play and then get your fucking lights cut out, nigga. Are you crazy, Math?
You thought I was playing?
I'm saying the story can't end like that. You had to know that somebody was going to say, hey, man, when you cut that flashlight on, you knew that the next time I got in front of a mic.
So that's not the least of it either. Then we got Sean Bigga. Now, I made a video, 2 videos actually. One video, Sean Bigga, I was talking about how he exposed the fact that there was alleged shooting out in front. Not a shooting, but people were shooting in the air out front of my expert opinion. And everybody was like ducking for cover. That's the way Sean Bigga made it sound, right? Which is the bigger guy that has a song back in the day with Big, Pac, and Heavy D. And then he was like security for my expert opinion, but also like part of the show. He said that. Then Gat Murder, which is another co-host of my expert opinion, went on his YouTube, which is dope. Make sure y'all check that out. And basically called him a liar. Pretty much. Said, nah, this ain't true. You know what I mean? Like, you're lying, right? Then a day goes by, a bunch of people calling him out about it. He goes on his YouTube, Sean Bigga, and basically admits that he's lying, but tries to like make it not sound that bad and all that. Actually, I'm just going to let y'all check it out. Hit that like and subscribe for me. Let's get it.
When I was describing the story, I got to the part where I was describing the last day I was with my brother. And he said some vulgar things to me, and that hurt me. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to understand that when he said those things to me and I was describing the story, it was like reliving the moment again. So when I was reliving the moment again, yeah, theatrical, I said, you know what I'm saying? Bow, 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 fuck Math Hoffa, that the gunman was saying. Now, was I told the information that was given to me? Did somebody tell me the gunman was yelling, fuck Math Hoffa? No, they were actually quiet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I was told that the gunman pointed through the thing and told someone, open up the door. So that's real. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not going to go into all this because it's just negative stuff, but if gunmen show up at our business with masks on their face,
Right.
would you think they saying fuck us?
Yeah.
Of course. Of course. So let's not, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So there's that. So we got the Joe Budden situation. We got the Sean Bigga situation. Then we got the Heineken and Esso, Champ. So many different situations with Math Hoffa, man. And then you got him on his YouTube live, lagging like crazy. How do you get so much money, go from one of the top hip-hop podcasts in media, period? I mean, it was great podcast, to every time you get on Instagram Live and YouTube Live, you're lagging. Then telling people in the comment section, oh, you could go watch something lies in 4K, or you could watch the truth lagging. What makes you think people want to watch lagging stuff? Like, not to be ignorant, I know my shit ain't perfect. I'm definitely not saying that, because it's not. You know what I mean? It's just really not. I'm going to work on it. Once my channel starts making a little bit more money, I'm going to put whatever money I make off of this into my, channel. So that's the plans. But either way, we're not talking about me. We're talking about Math Hoffa. And it's just lagging all the time. And he's saying, oh, watch, you know what I mean? Watch lies in 4K or the truth lagging. Like, why do people want to watch you lagging? You can't just figure that out after all that experience you have with podcasting. You shoot the podcast with BG that's not lagging. So is it he's using his phone? Because, that's what it seems like it is to me. Because IG and YouTube, you're lagging. That's 100% facts. And it just comes off like, and then you were in the barbershop with the lights out, and you had a flashlight. It just looked crazy. And Joe was like, yo, tell Math Hoffa to call me. I know somebody selling a generator. He's like, it's like 1,000-watt joint or something. He said, oh, that shit was funny as hell. He was going in on Math Hoffa, laughing at his pain. But I guess Joe, his way of, basically saying it's okay for him doing that is Math Hoffa having enemies of his on his show and questioning them with questions that Joe didn't like. And that's Joe Budden. He's a content creator. That's what he does. He's one of the best at it. One of the pioneers of hip-hop podcasts, hands down. So this whole shit with Math Hoffa, man, it's really sad to watch. It's just like, damn, bro. Like, you could have been so much bigger and better if you would have just bit the bullet and got along with people. That's the bottom line, because you didn't get along with any of your co-hosts. At some point, you have to question yourself and be like, damn, I'm not getting along with Heineken and Esso. I'm not getting along with Champ. I'm not getting along with Sean Bigga. I'm not getting along with this person. I'm not getting along with that person. After a while, it starts to look like maybe it's you. Just throwing that out there. You know what I'm trying to say? But either way, man, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about all this. And follow me on Instagram. We out.